Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Peter the Rock under the title Grammar Rock. Today's video is on the second tense, that is the past tense, and sub 4 tenses used under it. Let's get started, but before that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to enjoy watching the more interesting upcoming videos. The first subtense under past tense is simple past tense. I have used the same verb that I used for present tense so that there is some connection and understanding becomes easier. The simple past is used to indicate an action completed in the past. I watched Chak De. That action took place in the past, and simple past tense is quite easy to understand. The next subtense under past tense is past continuous tense. So as I told you in my previous video where I was dealing with present tense, whenever we have the word continuous in the tense, we have ing in the example. So I was loving. The past continuous is used to denote an action going on at some point in the past. The time of the action may or may not be indicated. For example, I can give you an example. I was watching a movie when my father arrived. The next subtense under past tense is past perfect tense. In my previous video, I told you when I was dealing with present tense, when we have perfect, the word perfect in our tense, we use has, have, or had. So because this is past perfect tense, obviously we will use had. I had loved. The past perfect describes an action completed before a certain moment in the past. I had completed my work by 8 o'clock. Let's apply simple past tense and past perfect tense in our example. The example is when I reached the station, the train had already left. The word reached, the verb reached is the action that took place second, and had already left was the action that took place first. Reached is in simple past tense, had already left is past perfect tense. So for yes. The past perfect shows the earlier action and the past simple shows the later action. It doesn't matter in which order we say the two events, the above sentence has the same meaning. We can write the same example in a different way. The train had already left when I reached the station. Whether I write the second part of the sentence as the first part or vice versa, the first and the second action remain the same, and first action represents past perfect tense and the second action represents simple past tense. So the combination of simple past tense and past perfect tense can be used beautifully, and you all can try different examples using the combination of these two subtenses using various verbs. The next subtense under past tense is past perfect continuous tense. You might find it a bit difficult to understand this, and sometimes we get confused between past continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense. To make it simpler, I will cite an example. The past perfect continuous is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. The example, a very simple example that I have for you is when the inspecting officer came to our school in 1996. My math teacher, Mr. Pathak, had already been teaching there for 5 years. Thus, we see that the tense of a verb shows not only the time of an action or event, but also the state of an action referred to. So this is a revision of all the four subtenses under past tense. It's time for us to test. Point out the verbs in the following sentences and name their tenses. You can first identify the verb, underline the verb, and then according to the verb, you can decide which tense the sentence is in. Thank you for watching this video.